It's yours. It'd serve you well. And your children after you.
Can I be Lord of the Holdfast?
You will marry a High Lord and rule this castle. And your sons shall be knights and princes and lords.
No. That's not me.
You flowered, my dear, no more.
My mother told me, but I thought it would be different.
In what way?
I thought it would be less messy.
Wait until you birth a child. You're a woman now. Do you have any idea what that means?
I'm fit to bear children for the king.
A prospect that once delighted you, bringing little princes and princesses into the world. The greatest honor for a queen.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another Game of Thrones Season 8 discussion video. I won't necessarily call any of this my predictions or theories, but this is something I want to talk about with all of you, and I'm interested in seeing some of the feedback that I get. Also, the third prize winner for the giveaway has been randomly selected, and I will announce your name at the end of this video. Today I want to talk about the future of House Stark. I had the idea for this video before Season 7 started, but I didn't end up making the video because Gray Area, who is a really good friend of mine, also had the idea for this video at the same time. And I didn't want to release something too similar to hers in the same week, so I figured I would wait to talk about it later. Now that there is only 6 episodes left, I do think it's a good time to discuss what is going to happen to House Stark. Who is going to carry on the family name after all the current Starks die? The main thing that influenced this video was when I was rewatching Season 6 actually. As I was watching the scene of Arya Stark getting stabbed by the waif, I was wondering how bad these injuries actually were. Everyone knows that she magically recovered within days, but when the waif stabbed her and twisted the blade, I was wondering what could this have done to Arya's internal organs. I'm obviously no doctor, so I'm not even sure if this put her in any danger of reproducing or not, but I was thinking she might not be able to have kids because of these stab wounds. Then I started to think about the rest of the Starks, and as of right now I'm not sure if anyone will be able to carry on the family name for their great house. There is only 6 episodes left, so it's not like we even have a lot of time to see House Stark flourish in the future. But it would be nice if there was a little sign of hope in the finale. Maybe some kind of scene to let the fans know that the house will have future heirs with the Stark name. Now whether that's by one of the Starks getting pregnant by the end of Season 8 or one of the Starks getting married by the end of Season 8, I would be satisfied with either scenario. When Arya Stark was just a child, she told her father that she never wanted to settle down and live the life of a lady. She told Ned that she didn't want to have kids, but things could always change. Most kids think the opposite sex have cooties and stuff like that when they're young, but we all know that changes pretty quickly once you get a little bit older, and I'm hoping the same goes for Arya Stark. Personally, I would love to see her settle down with Gendry. Most of you that have watched all my videos already know this because I made a video about Arya and Gendry getting together. But if this did happen, Arya might change her last name, or if they did have kids, they might not have the Stark name anyway. But that's even if Arya can have any kids after suffering several deep puncture wounds to her stomach. The same thing kinda goes for Sansa too, I think. Sansa has already been married 2 times and one of those experiences was severely traumatic. And I'm not sure anyone can say for sure exactly what Ramsay did to her. Everyone knows Ramsay physically, mentally, and emotionally abused Sansa, but how bad did the abuse get physically? Can Sansa still have kids? Many people believe the theory that Sansa was pregnant by Ramsay, but that was never true. But could Sansa have been hinting at something much worse when she said she could still feel what Ramsay did to her? Is it possible that Ramsay raped her and beat her so bad that she can no longer reproduce either? When I start to think about all this shit, it really sucks because in the television show, it seems like House Stark could be on the verge of extinction. Bran Stark is crippled and he is so spaced out half the time, I'm not even sure if he would even consider settling down with someone, let alone having a kid. And that's even if he's able to. Now, just because he's crippled doesn't necessarily mean he can't have children, but as far as we know, it doesn't seem like he can, nor does it seem like he's even interested in such a thing. But on the other hand, where things do get interesting is with Jon Snow. Jon is a member of House Stark, and he is king in the North, and he is currently the only one who is sexually active, and in my opinion, I believe he will have a child before the series ends. Now, I know some of you have said there isn't enough time to do that, but trust me, this show has no problem speeding things up. Jon most likely got Daenerys pregnant the first time they had sex, and the last 6 episodes might be around 90 minutes long, so I wouldn't be shocked if Daenerys gave birth to a child in one of the very last scenes in this series. But the only problem is, if Jon and Daenerys do have a child together, what name would the baby carry? Jon's last name is Snow right now, but we all know he is actually a legitimate Targaryen. It's hard to say how Jon is going to react to the news that his name is actually Aegon Targaryen. I honestly don't see him using that name for himself, but I could be wrong. But I want to ask all of you this: if Jon and Daenerys do have a kid together, what name do you think the baby will have? Daenerys would most likely want it to carry the Targaryen name, especially after her and Jon were talking about how she was the only Targaryen left. Plus, they're going to eventually find out Jon is a Targaryen too. But do you think Jon will try and honor House Stark and give the baby the Stark name to carry on the house for future generations? I think this is a very interesting situation they could be in, but instead of me giving my predictions all the time, let me know what you think they will do. With only 6 episodes left, how much time do they really have to wrap all of this up in a nice bow at the end? What kind of dream of spring will the show version give all of us? Will there be any sign of hope at the end, after all the battles and wars are done? Will any of the Starks be married or pregnant by the end? We have always heard about getting a bittersweet ending, so they could leave us all with something sweet by setting things up in a way that shows the Starks and other major families are thinking and preparing to further the bloodlines of their respective houses. So which member of House Stark will be the one to carry on the family name, and how will they do that? Put it down below in the comments. I'm curious to see who some of you might say. But now it's time to announce the last winner of the giveaway. Just in case your name isn't called, make sure you stay until the end of the video because I do have a few details to announce about the next giveaway, but that's only if you're interested. First, I have to apologize just in case I mispronounce this person's name, but the third and final winner of this giveaway is Olsik, who is from Poland. Congratulations to you. Make sure you private message me on here, or you can send me an email, that way I can get your address and send you the prize. I'm sorry everyone couldn't win something, but there is good news. I will start a new giveaway in the next video I make. In this one, we'll have 7 different winners, and you will be able to claim your prize immediately. You won't have to wait for anything to come in the mail. If that sounds good, make sure you subscribe now so you will already be automatically entered. I want to thank everyone for watching. Don't forget to leave your questions, thoughts, and opinions down below in the comment section. I also want to thank all of my Patreon supporters too. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.